sort of help with that?
Yeah, I think ESPN at Boston and the Garden shouldn't be too many people looking ahead. I hope not, at least.
What's this year been like for you? I know nothing can kind of prepare you for the way you kind of came into the job here, but what's the overall experience been like? What was it kind of like to kind of have to step into that role? And, how has it gone since?
The season is unforgiving in the sense that it just rolls on. So you wake up and you got a lot to do and you go to work, and typically that day brings a lot more to do the next day. Obviously, when it happened, as we've said numerous times, Pop's health has been and always will be the priority. And, the way that he has set this program up in terms of delegating and the structure and stability, we've always done it as a group. And so obviously there's more visibility for some of the things that I have to do now, but the collaboration of everybody on staff and the whole organization has been tremendous. And so in terms of support for me, it's been great in that regard.
How much has it changed your relationship with Victor, I guess, compared to maybe last year? What kind of steps has he taken into year 2 here?
He's taken tremendous steps. I mean, he's, been more physical, played through contact, more consistent. When you just even by the eye test look at him, I think his intention has really grown in terms of trying to make plays and trying to prioritize things that have been asked and he's been challenged to do. And I know sometimes it's still left for wanting more because of all of his potential, but I think he's done a tremendous job in that regard.
Because of how, as you said, unforgiving the season has been since you stepped into the role overnight, are these next 7-8 days going to be a welcome break for you, or are you going to take some time off?
I think just with, adding someone like De'Aaron Fox to have a few days to kind of take a deep breath and take a break for sure, but then also kind of self-reflect and self-scout and really break down this sample size that we've had with him and have some ideas of what we want to do for the, the final third of the season will be helpful because right now it's just game travel. So I will do that, and I will take my very calm break at Disneyland with 4 kids.
Did you buy the pass to let you skip the line?
I hope my wife did.
You were around for the beginning of Derrick White's career with the Spurs. I guess could you speak to what you saw him back then and what he's become with the Celtics, part of that championship team?
Derrick White's first game in the G League, I was an assistant in Austin. He got his butt kicked by Donald Sloan and Justin Dentman. And I believe he broke his wrist that same day in that game. He was out for maybe a month and a half, and that was the only reason why he finished the G League with us in Austin, because he was out. We won the championship, and it was a joke that he was even on the floor. He was that good. And it's just a testament to him and everything he's done since then. He is a stand-up as a man and has a beautiful family now and is an absolute star in everything that he's got, and he deserves by 1,000.
You mentioned the other day when he got traded, it was really difficult for him, and then he ended up saying it was the best thing that ever happened to him. What do you remember about that day when he ended up getting traded, maybe just his reaction or saying about it?
Yeah, I mean, he was a foundational piece of our team, one of our better players, and one of the bigger presences in the organization at the time. And so it was a very, very difficult decision, conversation, interaction for everybody involved. I do think we felt good about him going to a really good situation here in Boston, which obviously it's been that and more. But Derrick is class, and he's a great guy, and he has a better sense of humor that I like to give him credit for.
When did you know you wanted to be an NBA head coach?
It's a great question. I'm not sure. When I played, I never wanted to coach. I think when you're a player, there's always a little bit of a clash between player and coach. Even the coaches that are the most beloved, there's still a hard acceptance, I think, of a player because, players have individual goals and aspirations, and the coach is trying to get a bunch of guys to do one thing together and goal. So I always thought I was going to win a bunch of NBA championships and be a Hall of Fame player and then be more like RC and Brian in the front office. And I think when I started coaching, even young people back in Seattle, the interaction of being in a huddle, the interaction of being in a locker room, the interaction of being on a bus or a plane or a van at the time, and then also just the instant gratification or absolutely gut-wrenching feeling when you lose and win. And it's that, as a coach, is the closest thing that you'll get to when you were a player at whatever level you were. And so I think that stuff right there, the interactions that you have and the relationships you build, led to me coaching. I don't know about NBA head coaching, but led to me coaching for sure. And the same thing just with the competitiveness. I love that, even though as gut-wrenching as it is when you're on the wrong end of it, it's what it's all about.